My brother snapped at my daughter and locked her in the dark. Now he's losing everything over it. A few days ago, my wife took our daughter to a family barbecue hosted by my brother, and we never imagined that day would flip our whole world upside down halfway through the party. I got a call from my wife, and I could barely understand her because she was sobbing so hard she just said, "Please come right now. Something happened to our daughter." I was already out the door before she even finished the sentence, and then while I was speeding through red lights, she added something that made my blood run cold. She said, "My brother had grabbed our daughter by the wrist and shoved her into the garage, locking the door behind her, while my wife was in the bathroom." I couldn't process it, not fully, because this was my brother and my daughter, and it didn't feel real when I got there. I saw my wife clutching our girl in the driveway, while my brother stood nearby ranting about how kids today have no respect. I didn't say a word. I just picked up my daughter, who was trembling, and rushed her straight to the hospital when they told me she'd be okay. I finally sat down and asked my wife to walk me through what had happened. Apparently, while she stepped away, the kids were all hanging out in the living room. My nephew started bragging about how he and his friends once dumped spoiled milk on a girl's backpack at school. My daughter told him that was gross and asked if he ever apologized, and that's when he snapped and started pulling her hair. She pushed him off and yelled at him, and the second my brother came back, my nephew pointed at her and said she started it, and without asking any questions, my brother stormed over, grabbed her by the arm, and shoved her into the garage. He shut the door and wedged a chair under the handle. My wife came out when she heard the screaming, but my brother blocked the door and said the kids needed to learn discipline. She only got it open when she threatened to call the cops, and when she did, she found our daughter in the pitch dark, shaking and crying because she thought we left her there for good. I didn't wait to hear anything more. I told the nurses I'd be back and drove straight to my brother's house. Our parents were already there trying to understand what happened, and I laid it all out. I told them how their son had manhandled his own niece, and how it wasn't even the first time because just last month his kid gave another cousin a black eye and he did nothing. I asked him to. His face, "Do you even care what you've done? Do you know how scared she was?" And he just rolled his eyes and said, "Your kid insulted my son and deserved consequences." My jaw clenched and I asked if his son had a single scratch to prove she attacked him, and he didn't answer. The other kids from the party chimed in, saying they begged him to stop, but he told them to shut it. My parents were silent for a long time, and then they did something I never expected. They told my brother they were cutting ties, no more support, no more inheritance, no more second chances. They messaged the rest of the family and told them everything, and one by one every parent pulled their kids out of his life. My brother tried calling me that night, bawling and begging me to fix things. He said his ex was now threatening to take custody, and he had no one left, but he never once said, "Sorry, not to me, not to my daughter." And I realized something. If it takes your world falling apart to see that you were wrong, maybe you deserve to rebuild it alone.